Hello everyone, how are you? Welcome to Tech on Target. In today's video is going to be basically upon how we can set up do installation of Airflow. We will see two methods. One, installation via Helm, and second, installation on Ubuntu machine. We have, if I show you, I have already done a installation via Helm. We will do it from scratch. Just I showing you. In that part, what I have done, I have used the official repo of Airflow, which you can find on this link. I will share on the description. And by using it, I have done the installation. And this is I have logged in by a node port service. Let me 1 second get that's my nodes. I'm using two nodes of T2 large size. That's my um, release of Airflow. And here you can see these objects of Kubernetes is get created when we do installation. We can customize this installation by using well.yaml. We can also see that here we have the first pod. We have created a pod for its database scheduler. Please will see whatever these things are, and then we have the services for these. Then we have deployment. Some are getting created through the deployment. Then these deployments have their particular replica set, and we have and in the end three stateful set: one for PostgreSQL, for one worker, and for Redis. So if I just log in it, just to get friendly, what we are going to install, how the things will do. That's the UI of the Airflow. No need to change the password. And you will see we will mainly work on upon once we settle down, we will work on the DAGs. DAGs is basically for the workflow management. What is the main task of the our Airflow? Here you can see we have a simple hello world DAG which is printing hello world. It's had the grid view, different kind of view. We will see it on later. Just get here is the in the grid we get the history, and in the grid view, if we had dependency, we will get in the form of graph. Uh, this is the stat when it gets stated. What was the success and all that. If you click on it, then you can see logs, XCOM. You can put or pull values to XCOM. Here you can see the logs. Now you can see that we are very much friendly with the DAGs. Here are the data sets where so some kind of data is stored in the administration. We can make configuration connection basically we made for like we want to connect to AWS, Postgres as well, different things we can. So we will create our own setup. Let's start. I hope you like the video. First we will see how we can set up in on simple EC2 machine. Then we go to Helm and do it from scratch. First of all, it's a very fresh EC2 instance. I have done nothing for that. So let me update this repository. I've just created it before this video for demo purpose and wait for it. If you are going to learn about Airflow, and you should require the knowledge of Python. It is basically based upon Python. First command we will run sudo apt install python pip3. Yes, we want to install, and it will install the package. Then we will look for the second command. Then we have to need installation is very simple. It's the Ubuntu 22.04 machine, latest version of Ubuntu. Now we have done okay. Okay, no issue. We created directory via name of Airflow env mkdir. I don't need this quotation. That font is not the issue with. It's very much clear to you. Okay, I think I've just done a mistake. What I need to create this Airflow env to Airflow workspace. Actually, we have to create directory via name of Airflow workspace, and under that we will create that particular env via this command virtual env. Okay, great. Same we will get created this same output we get. That's when we are if you look at inside here, here the directory by name of Airflow envs get created via this particular command of Airflow workspace. Here virtual environment, virtual env Airflow env. Now we will run this command source Airflow env bin activate. Now uh, we can work inside this particular Airflow. We will enter into the virtual directory. We can run over here. Yes, same is saying it over here. It is that we are successfully activated virtual environment. Next, we will install some additional libraries. Okay. To install the library, we will use the pip module. Okay, it's collecting data, and next we see what is. Yes, it's collecting. We will also do additional libraries like PSpark and okay, we'll do both. Just take around 20 seconds, not have taken more time than that. Yes, successfully built. One minute around time it taken. Now we will install this both. PySpark is getting installed and sklearn we have passed to dependency. Wait for it for completion. Okay, it's saying that sklearn PyPI package is deprecated. Use sklearn. Okay, what was that? It's not get copied. Okay, now it's working fine. Maybe it's got deprecated. I have used this commands, I think, few days ago. Now it's okay. We are ready for our database initialization. Before activating our Airflow main component, we should initialize the database first. Airflow DB connect. It will initialize the SQLite. Uh, it's recommended to use PostgreSQL. We will see the setup which we have done on Kubernetes that was using PostgreSQL. That is successful. Under that we can create DAGs. We will see that later on. Now first we create our user. For that it's saying us to use this command. Let me customize this because we have to use this. So we can hyphen we use the admin. Password is also admin. First name is admin. Last name is Singh, and hyphen role is admin. Okay, email is admin@gmail.com. I'm just putting a dummy email over there, and we will create user. Okay, we can see what are the available user we have total. It will include what we have created. Yes, that one done. We have got this same output. Now we have two components. One is the Airflow scheduler. One is Airflow webserver. Webserver is mainly for UI and scheduler for scheduling tasks, which is the we can say heart of the Airflow. Airflow scheduler. Okay, it start running. I'm not creating the what we can say service for in today video. We will see later on. I just open a new command, new terminal from where I can I need to initialize this again. We have Airflow workspace. I think we have to be back, and yeah, we are done. Now we have second command cd into Airflow. We just do Airflow server. I think it will initialize the web server. Okay, scheduler we first initialize here, and same we have done. Port, default port for UI is 8080. I think I have made open this port in the security group. Let's see what happened. 8080. the instances, security. Okay, we need to. I've already done initialization for allowed only the SSH port. Let me do from everywhere we can select this time. Okay, now if we hit again, now near about we have done almost setup admin. On 8080 we will ping. If we have domain, then we can go with domain and do initialization. And if you talk about here what we are seeing, uh, we are ready with our Airflow setup on Ubuntu machine. Here it's giving us some warnings that you are using SQLite, which is not recommended on production. Here I want to say something. Uh, we will see installation on Helm after that. But if you want to see how we can deploy, what are the deployment uh, requirement, and what are the deployment setup on production ready setup. If you want, I am taking a target of 5,000 like on this video. If I got 5,000 like on this particular video, I will post a new video which will have setup of production ready. All the requirement of production will be satisfied. Currently, we it's do not use sequential executor. It's about the execution of the DAGs which will be run. Then we have different DAGs here, bash operator. These are the example DAGs. If you don't want this, you can. I will show you the configuration file from where you can select to disable that. Lots of example here. If you can open anyone, and if you go on the graphical view, it's just a extract, transfer, load, and means it's, and this arrow is showing like uh, giving us the direction, because directs are directed acyclic graph, means it's follow a workflow which uh, will never be looped. There, it just go in a one direction or multi-direction, but it can't take its input back. So it will first task is triggering second, and second triggering third, and we are, in that way we are executing our pipeline. But if we have more example, you can see here are the different tabs that if it show whatever your task has got failed, which is queued, and which is restarting and running schedule. There different state are there, and here in the code, this all view have some their own significance. All I can't cover. We have seen graph, and here if you click on the code, you will get the code all over here. And if we have machine, if I can take one more login of machine, basically I'm launching one more terminal for machine. I want to show something to you. Just ls here, go into the Airflow directory, This Airflow directory can be made under this workspace. This got initialized after outside this because of, we haven't changed the environment variable. You can change then wherever you set that particular location, that will be launched there. Now here you can see that uh, when we initialize the database, this directory got created. It's have the logs of your application, and its web server, Airflow DB, and Airflow configuration. Here from here we can select. We have different parameter. We can select that we don't want to load the example DAGs. Here you can create folder of, I think it's not case sensitive. If we search DAGs here, mkdir DAGs, okay, mkdir DAGs, and under DAGs, we should write a Python script. If I have example one, DAG Python script. Maybe it got executed or not. Just copy it, and here you can be a first tag.py and open that, put your file here, and whatever name it has, it will load it here on your UI. And one thing, it will track this folder each hour after 5 minutes. Like if we have added this file on this server, it will loads the DAGs or automatically after 5 minutes. And if we modify any existing DAG, it will it's giving us the error. We can see that error. Broken DAG. Okay, it's have some issue which can be rectified. So with that, our setup purpose is done. We can like schedule the particular enable this tag and run this tag, like then you can see that its status will be changed and it have one running success. That's the last today date, and we have seen lots of status there, like scheduled, waiting, restarting, pending. That lots of like upstream fail, up for schedule, skipped, deferred. That's one. In that way, we can run our tag, and there much more to do. We can list user what we have created. You can see that what the user we have created. You can also add from UI. Same way we have roles. If you remember, we have add we have done the addition of roles of admin. There are different roles like viewers, users, OP, and there is expo configuration is there. Configuration, I think by default is disabled. If you want to see configuration from UI, you need to enable that from vi.ansible.chp5, which we have seen just. Then we have documentation part, security part, we have seen. There are action resources, permissions, then DAGs we have already seen. That's for I think enough for EC2 setup wise. Just first time person is setting. Now we can close that. Now uh, we can move to our application, which is EKS. I think EKS is also pretty open. If you wanna see how to create EKS cluster and its basics, we have a video on our videos playlist on our channel. You can go and watch. Now, if we have this demo cluster in our AWS account, up on that we will do installation of uh, the Airflow via help chart. Here is the official documentation from, we can say, from help, uh, from Airflow to how to deploy using help. I have done the EC2 instance of T2 large size for installation of this particular. Uh, you can do it on medium also. I feel some uh, not getting things that are getting executed proper way. Now here we start with the Helm chart for Apache Airflow. Uh, it's supported by this, and you need. There are some requirements for that. You need Kubernetes version 1.23 or plus, Helm 3.0, and PV must be supported. For that, if I show you, I have a Kubernetes uh, cluster of version 1.25. First condition is satisfied, which is 1.23. Then Helm. Now Helm is there 3.0 plus PV supported. For PV to support, if you go EKS directly not supporting, we need some add-ons there. If you go to add-ons, Amazon EBS CBS CSI driver I have installed. You need this. So it's just a simple, just need to get more add-ons like that and select the its IAM role and you are ready to go. Just straightforward, nothing more than that. If you need more add-ons, more functionality, you can just go here and like kube proxy core TNS. And if you don't know how to create this Kubernetes cluster, you can find video on my channel. uh, okay, now we are set at we can do features. It's what kind of executor it support. It can support local, salary, Kubernetes executor, local Kubernetes executor, and salary Kubernetes executor. Okay, means it's have covered all the executor which we mostly use with the for Airflow. Then now when we have lots of DAGs running, according to that load on the server will be increased. Ports first, it will increase on port, then pod will auto scale. And to make the pod auto scale, we use KDA for that to auto scale our salary executor. Postbacks, and there are more by benefits of using with EKS. Things management become very easy with Kubernetes. If we have lots of components and to sync them, Kubernetes can do much well than installing it on EC2 machine. But doing while we when we do installation of EC2 machine, it's help us a lot. Okay, then we have installing the chart and repo, add this airflow, then we can do installation. First, we have already chart available here, and we have already released there. Okay. If you see Helm list hyphen and airflow, we have already a release via name of airflow. First, we delete that, and we then we go with the fresh release. Can directly deploy it with the Kubernetes manifest file, but that's not the preferable way, as we use app manager, YAML software manager in Ubuntu to for the installation purpose, and same way we use Helm in the Kubernetes for installation of packages, like we are doing the installation of Airflow on Kubernetes cluster. Okay, it's we run this command again. Is there a no? There is no release now. And what about this? Okay, no resources are found there. No. Just copy this command and run over here. Okay, helm upgrade hyphen install airflow Apache Airflow repository under the chart name is Airflow. Then we have namespace. We have namespace Airflow. Uh, Under that we have hyphen create namespace. Means if namespace is not there, it will create that. Release Airflow wasn't. We have passed upgrade. Why we have passed this? If uh, release is not there, if release is there, it will upgrade it. If it is not there, it will create it. So it's not there, it's getting created. We can wait. When you create the release on first time, it will take some time, as it has to deploy lots of Kubernetes objects. Let's see if we have. Till now it's getting created. We see some option here. Quick start with kind. Okay, we don't need to start with the kind, so we can skip this for first thing. When our setup is getting ready, we need DAGs. How we can add DAGs? First, most important question is here. So we have Docker image of Airflow scheduler, and we can directly push over there. Like here, we are seeing that we are pushing the DAGs folder directly over it in the images. But uh, it's it is the one way, like we are start pushing that on directly on. We just push the files and folder over there, and then push the images, and through that images we call, like here how we are setting, we are using the hyphen set, or we can say it's flag to set these images to our custom image. But this is the tag, our custom tags. which we want it to use, but uh, that's not the preferable way. We can go with the persistent volume, like by using its sidecar from the git sync using persistent enable. Uh, Persistent enable will not help. Maybe if your volume got corrupted, it will create you issue. If your PVC, whatever the reason, someone may delete that, it will create you issue. So it is the option available. Load you keep your configuration DAGs in the persistent volume. I hope you are very much clear with the persistent volume in the Kubernetes. And through the sidecar container, you can load this DAGs directly onto the pod. And mounting DAGs using without persistent, if you wanna go with this option, this is the highly not recommended option without persistent. We can mount the DAGs from external popular PVC, like we can host our PVC on EVS and other. Uh, you can think of that, but whatever, what is the most considered option in the production is that mounting DAGs from a private GitHub repo. You should use a VCS, host your repo there, and through that repo, you load the, we can say, load that the content of repo to that particular pod using its sidecar container. For that, you have a repo. That repo should be have quick access connection. If you don't have, you can create a key and add that public key in the repository and private key keep with you. That private key, you do encode that, and after you encode that, what you need to do, you need to you need you just need that file. You don't either you save it in a file or not, that's your option. That you need that, you mention this in your value.yaml file. I will tell you how to mention this. Then you have the git sync made it true, and mention your repo, git editor github.com user private, then set your branch. It's either main, master, or better feature or branch you are using. Then select the Airflow SSH secret. Either you made secrets in Kubernetes or use this extra secret portion, and under that define your Airflow SSH secret. Then we have data. Under that, git SSH key is the key name, and in front of that, you will part the base encoded. If you cat that particular file, you just able to enter that. And once you have done, do helm in upgrade hyphen install airflow Apache Airflow. That's the repository, that's the chart, hyphen mention the value.yaml file to override. So you should prefer this way while you are working with the Kubernetes. Meanwhile, okay, let's see what it said. Helm upgrade hyphen install Apache Airflow. We have done. It's saying that release Airflow does not exist. Installing now. Name Airflow. Last deploy Sunday. Today only. Namespace, status, deployed, revision. Thank you for installing Apache Airflow. Now it's release this name Airflow. You can access your dashboard by executing the following command. Mean that's the username admin, and that's the credential for our Postgres, our database. And 8080 namespace. I've already told you that Airflow works on 8080 port, so we should plot that port. Okay, you can get Fairnet key value for, like, you have a data uh, in the Apache. You want to secure that. For that, you can create this key, and you should save this key, and this will use to decrypt encryption purpose. And then you have a static. It's recommended you to use a static web server key. Okay, we will see that. And to make that key static, currently it is going with the dynamic key. You can select it. That's the link. It will tell what to do. Now we are ready with our Kubernetes cluster. We can see the object. You can mention Kubernetes get pod or whatever content you want to see. Here you can see pod, Airflow, PostgreSQL, -u, Redis, status worker. These all are getting created. Redis for cache purpose, Postgres for database purpose, scheduling. There are lots more component and service. You can see that service here, and we have done deployment with Airflow. That doesn't mean we can change the things with we can change we can't change the things with I think with kubectl, but let's see. Open the terminal. Here in the Airflow folder we have just Ubuntu files. If Helm get value hyphen all under hyphen n Airflow hyphen n, because we have done the installation on our own setup. First, what it's saying. Okay, so we have forget the release. Provide the release name. Release name is the Airflow. It's give us the very huge file. So what we can do, just save it on the values.yaml file. Wait for it. Yeah, it has done. Now you can see whatever the values it has given, and you can override that. Let me to create one my override. So here is the means all the objects which have created are getting created from this file. It's very huge. We can find that different things, but currently what I wanna see is it's given us the one error. We will see web server secret key. Use that secret key. We will just going to we get a key look very strong. What we need to do, we just need to copy that, and then we have this override value.yaml. Just paste over here and copy it. Then we have to that command we require here. What we are saying, upgrade uh, if you have that installation. Otherwise, do install that and override with this particular YAML file. But we have only provided one correct value. Keep your values there. So I think we have some spelling changes there. It's doing it now. It will just override this parameter and all the remaining parameter it will take from here. So what I want to show, previously we get a release error that you are using a static web server key. So now you are not using a static web server key. Now what we have doing, instead of this dynamic key, we are just going with this static web server key, and through that we will make our web server more secure. Wait, just coming. It will not that much time that it had taken while we have done the first demonstration. Taken the 3 to 5 minutes, I think. Just wait for it. Till now, it's getting deployed. I will show you that particular pod. That one. We have DAGs, and we want to. We are saying that to. Uh, it's there in the value.yaml. Control F DAGs. Here, you can see that currently it have v2 stable, container name, git sync, depth. It's the Airflow repository. Currently, it's loading DAGs from here and giving its path attached DAGs and UID for which is the owner for this persistent then DAG. In that way, we can override that. It's taking more time. Maybe my system is slow. Till the time we can utilize this time to go further. Now you are very much clear with the managed DAGs. But I have tell you that you can create the uh, connections like with AWS, with Azure, with database. Like you can use external DB. So where how you can make connection of that? First, you here if you go in this section, adding connection variable, then you will see that we have this uh, documentation which is giving us the this part to define the secrets connections. Here we are what we are doing, we are airflow connection GCP. We are defining a connection with the GCP, and what we have done, airflow connection GCP, we are environment variable which have the secret name base, and uh, which we will have this secret key, and whatever the value it will take from here, and that env name my env, my secret name my secret key, and my secret key is my secret. And uh, we have a way like uh, http username password slash uh, database slash db, like that we mention, and we will encode that in base64 and mention over here. uh, so when we mention, connection will be automatically generated, so we don't have to much worry about that. All the connection will be maintained via code only. Then we have environment variables, and here are some sensitive. It says some about some sensitive variables we can mention like that. Then if you want to make environment variable, you can just let's extra in you can make count it like that. Okay, our release is ready. Now you can see that we are only getting error for the Fernet key, not for the web server key. So kubectl, if we see, we can edit service web server. Yeah, that is our web server. Okay, what I need to do, not seeing option. Yeah, that one. Okay, from here we can use, if we kubectl get svc, kubectl get svc hyphen and airflow, just listing. We can edit it from here. Service name is the Airflow web server. What I do, kubectl edit svc Airflow web server where hyphen and airflow. Okay, good. It's the I hope you are recognizing it. It's just a simple manifest file of kind using that service for the web server, and here its type is cluster IP. Just I will change it to Notepad for being the time to load it UI. Okay, port is the 30161. Okay, kubectl. Then I think kubectl get nodes hyphen o void. This is the port. This is the external IP of our nodes, our worker nodes of the Kubernetes cluster. Just paste it over here. Colon. What is the port? Is it 30? I need to check this port is open or not. Yeah, this port is open and it's getting loaded. And if you remember the, I think we have loaded from here. It has given the credential in the first time. Just enter admin, and you are ready to sign. Okay. If you see here, it's why it's giving this error. I don't know. We have maybe after step back it will uh, get resolved. So here you are not seeing that error that you are using the SQL line, because we are using the Postgres by default. When we do deployment with the Helm, it uh, it give us that particular we can say that deployment which have the Postgres enabled. So uh, there are much more things which we have to uh, look for that, like here. Here is the production guide. You can go by yourself, and if you need video from my side, I'm taking a target of 5,000 like for this video. Maybe this maybe not possible because I have less uh, people who watch my videos. So currently this is low. Maybe with time it will increase. Setting resources for container. Um, then we have things like manage logs. Uh, Managing logs is required to uh, like if you want to log it in ALK, you can also do that. Logging is required because if you want to uh, we can say that if you want to see why it's get delete down at that time, you need logs to refer that. So you can enable that. But if you are using this salary worker executor, then you don't need it, but it's have by default logs mechanism in it. And otherwise you can make your logs to be persistent, enable. uh, you can save once you get it from here, you can make it your own, and like ELK, then you can uh, attach the lifecycle there. Then no persistent salary worker log. Then here you can see that Elasticsearch is there. Different options are there. You just need to go through. It's setting itself as an hyphen set. We can use that hyphen set, but when we have lots of parameters, we don't use that. We use validate. Then we have setting resources for container. It uh, comes under good practice that you have resources, you define the resource quota for that, that what resources it can. It can't take infinite resources and make your server make load on your server. Like here you can see that CPU is the 200 M and memory is to 56 MI limits and resources. It is just simple, but the resource. And then we have the auto scaling part. Here, if you want to do auto scaling, you have can do with the KEDA. KEDA is represented here, the Kubernetes event driven auto scaling. Just add that chart, update the repo, and you can create the namespace. You can make deployment in different namespace, and you are ready for the installation. Installation is very easy. Uh, then you just follow the this uh, particular documentation, and you can easily go. Use additional container, customizing worker, installing from sources. I've not covered that. Installing from sources, you can go here, and what its significance is, you can go. You can customize your workers how to scale with your DAGs are getting more and more. How you will make that uh, you can you have to manage that. How you will manage that means your load is creating, and how auto scaling is can be used. How database will be will handle with increasing number of your salary worker. th- They will increase pressure on database. How will you handle that? There's lots of things now. uh, we have already made many videos on Prometheus, Grafana, ALK stack. How will you monitor this Airflow setup with we can say with Prometheus Grafana? You have to cover that. How you will get this matrix? It's very simple. Like you watch for other matrices. Uh, you manage the other resources same way you can manage, and that's all the things. You have the setups on Kubernetes, on Ubuntu. That's all for today. Okay, thank you. Hope you like this video. Please hit like, subscribe, and share with your friends.